The Federal Republic of Germany is a federal state consisting of 16 individual states, known as Bundesländer in German. The country is organized based on the principle of federalism. So the division of powers needs to be clearly defined. In some areas, such as education, the Bundesländer make their own policy. But overall, most legislation is forged in the lower house of the German parliament, the Bundestag, that is, at the national level. The federal states have their say in the second chamber of parliament, the Bundesrat.
Den Bundesrat gibt es, damit die Interessen der Länder und auch das Wissen,
The Bundesrat exists to make sure that all the interests and knowledge of the individual federal states is taken account of when new laws are drafted and implemented.
Praxiserfahrung mit einbringen kann.
The federal states have their own missions to the German capital, and their job is to lobby for the interests of their states at government level. Every federal state has a permanent office in Berlin to represent it. The state representatives meet on a weekly basis, and we use the opportunity in talks with our party colleagues here to hammer out an initial consensus on the issues, and also to get information via the various parliamentary committees so that we know the positions of federal states where other parties are in power. A lot of things are discussed together. Some federal states have alliances, so one day you'll be arm in arm with North Rhine-Westphalia and the next with Bavaria. Federalism has become a well-established system in Germany, that is, in the reunited Germany. But is it in tune with a united Europe? The federal states also want to have their say in Europe because they see themselves as directly representing the constituents of their states.
Die Komplexität der Europäischen Union mit ihren jetzt 27.
The complexity of the EU with its 27 members, which will soon be 28, gives at least some citizens the impression that their interests are getting lost. And this is where the regions, or in the German case, the federal states, can become even more important as regions where citizens not only feel at home, but which also represent their interests.
Als eine Region, wo sich die Bürger nicht nur zu Hause fühlen können, sondern wo auch ihre Anliegen aufgegriffen werden.
Political scientist Werner Reutter also believes in a Europe of regions, in people's local identity, but he's also concerned about the possible erosion of political influence.
Wenn das auf europäischer Ebene verhandelt wird, diese Fiskalverfassung.
When things are being negotiated at European level, such as this fiscal treaty, if control of areas like budgeting is shifted to the European level, then that would mean a major change for federalism in Germany, because the federal states would have far less opportunity to control their own budgets.
Deutlich weniger Entscheidungsmöglichkeiten haben, über ihre eigenen Haushaltsmittel zu verfügen.
Only a handful of EU states have federal systems, so the regions lack a forum where they can voice their political demands. In Germany, the federal states can and will continue to shape government policy via the Bundesrat, and in so doing, they will have an impact on European policy as well. Although, and I say this as an enthusiastic European, many questions today can only be solved at the European level, but that's not the case for everything. The federal system has always been a source of conflict for German politics. Take finance and education. 16 opinions are difficult to attune. But precisely this striving to find and create majorities is the foundation of a stable democracy. And that could be beneficial for European integration as well.